Coming up next on SteveTV. Oh, we've waited a long time to show you this one. Building homes the post and beam way. Yesterday's craftsmanship with today's high-tech, cost-efficient, energy-efficient technology. It's all coming up next on SteveTV. And every now and then you'll find something that is so cool. I just can't wait to tell you about this great company. Post and Beam Homes. Have you ever thought about having a custom-built home done? Don't get crazy, don't get nervous. You can do it affordably and cost-efficiently and energy-efficiently with Post and Beam Homes right here in East Hampton, Connecticut. Come on inside and meet Nino, or maybe even Nino. It's amazing, you know, to work in an environment like this. Imagine being able to come to an office like this every day. This is actually the home office of Post and Beam Homes. This is where Nino Malatesta and the whole family actually work out of this office to put together some very creative, very unique homes. They do it all right here at the home office. In fact, this is Nino back here, if we can grab it for a second.
It's very important, so.
Hey,
Steve, how are you?
Hey, Nino, how are you? Nice to see you.
Did you meet my son, Nino?
Nino and Nino.
Yep. You got it.
Steve.
Are all the people in this room Ninos?
No.
It's just the two of you.
Just
Okay.
us.
Now, give me an idea, if you could, Nino, about what you guys are working on here.
This is a design that we've created from our customers' information. And those customers are Jessica and Nino Malatesta. And this is their future home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yep, this is our dream home.
This is a timber frame home. It's a two-story colonial. The whole second floor is cathedral.
Oh,
And,
so that's the actual house that you're building right
this
there.
is the actual scale model of the home. And as you can see, it's a two-story colonial.
Planning
Nice
on a
front
big
entrance.
family, Nino? Okay, there's a lot of room here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What we needed to show her, the dormer sections, the front entrance, covered porch, where the bump out is in relationship to the front and rear of the main house. The fact that there's going to be dormers here, and there's also going to be dormers on the back side. And she just needed to see that.
I see a lot of pictures up in here and stuff, and some look like traditional homes, some look
Sure.
like they're, you know, right out of the,
Yeah,
you know,
what
movies.
these pictures show is the finished product
Okay.
of the inside of the home. That insulation stress skin panel, by the way, I talked to you about, is in every one of these homes is that panel. And we can, once you put that right here, we can kind of discuss that in a few minutes. But what the finishes you can see there is this particular picture here shows the use of wood on the ceiling, a roof decking, stained of course, and then these are the insulation panels, the white area, that have been painted. This is another shot of two-story home where the actual second floor flooring or sheeting or the ceiling finish is actually the subfloor of the second floor. So it's a dual purpose product, okay? And it looks beautiful, obviously. And the other point we're trying to make here is that you can have all sheetrock on the inside, and of course it's a brighter look, different finish on the inside. And you can paint it or wallpaper it.
But it's not your typical sheetrock. It's this paneling
It
system
is,
with it.
right, exactly right. And the point that I was telling you about that skin that is made up of many layers. This is the exterior layer, which is a 7/16 OSB. Okay. Here you put your Tyvek house wrap or any house wrap, and your siding gets installed directly on it.
Okay.
This is your insulation. This is 3 5/8 inches of EPS, expanded polystyrene. This is an R value of 21.5.
What's an R value?
R value is the resistance of heat loss.
Okay, I got you.
Okay? This is 3 5/8 inches, and it gives you an R21.5. A 2x6 framed home is only an R19, and it's not as efficient as this. So therefore, this house is so energy efficient, it's actually making you money or saving you money, so that the end result at the end of the month, you don't pay as much for the heat bill.
So you're doing
or cooling bill.
You're doing all this kind of work, all these great things, designing the homes, but in the long run, it's all eco-friendly. It's all about the whole green thing that everybody's talking about these days.
Correct.
Real efficient.
Panels are totally recyclable. Let me finish. This is the inside skin, which is a 1/4-inch OSB board. That's actually a 5/16 thick OSB, and we'll tip it just a little bit so you can see it.
Okay.
that there is a layer. It's a wood layer on the inner face. And this is the Blue Board water-resistant sheetrock, which is glued right to this panel. So now, inside the panel area, this is just for demonstration, it's 1.25 inch square electrical wire chases, and they run vertically, so that you can run wiring today, tomorrow, 20 years from now, from the lower level, the basement, vertically, all the way through to feed an electric plug, computer system, anything you want, and not disrupt your outside walls, okay?
What we need to see is how it all comes together. Okay. So maybe go out and take a look at the factory?
Sure, let's go up and take a walk to the shop and see what the boys are doing.
All right, we're going to go take a look at some more behind the scenes, because if you're going to get a home, shouldn't you get a home that's an energy efficient home, yet still the coolest home on your street? Come on, let's go take a look. All right, we're here at Nino's Workshop, the workshop of post and beam homes. All right, so what happens in here, Nino?
Well, what we do is we pre-cut all of our timbers here in our shop. Everything, as you can see, is laid out on the actual material.
Okay.
And by the way, this is Eastern White Pine.
I knew that. Did I? Yeah, sure.
I'm so glad, but I thought I'd mention it anyways. This is where we perform all of the joinery. I'll give you a case in point what we do. This is just a sample post right here. As you can see, it would be cut to length, secured to the first floor deck, and it's got a tenant. As you can see, the material have been removed to create the tenant. So then what happens is we have, we should flip this around a little bit, this way. What we do is we have this girder, which represents a beam. As you can see, that has been notched on the bottom to receive this tenon, and that's a mortise. So as we slip this in, it slides right into position, okay? Then a hole is drilled right through here with an oak peg running through it, and that fastens this post to this girder so that there's no uplifting, and it keeps the post from racking back and forth.
Now, is this the old style of how it was done many years ago?
This is the very old style of how it was done years ago, yes. And what we do to make the look softer is we router the edges, as you can see here. And there's another sample down there, but there's a soft break to the edge. And what that does is it relieves the external stresses on any point. So it tends to want to dry the lumber quicker and check less. Well, this is the interior face, noted by the chamfered edge. This insulation panel is actually installed on the outside of the timberwork, as you can see here, okay? If it goes onto the timberwork, the only thing you have on the outside is the sheetrock showing, and that's what gets painted. And of course, the electrical chases are drilled in through the basement, so you can run wiring today, tomorrow, or 20 or 30 years, whenever you want. A conventional house is built like this. A conventional house goes, that is your framing right there. Look what you lost in space. If you have a typical 2,200 square foot house or 2,000 square foot house, you have just lost a 16 foot by 16 foot bedroom, okay? That's a lot of square footage. Now, to pay for that and not get it, that's not right. So what we do is we put the skin on the outside, therefore your yield is much greater square footage.
You know, I think it's terrific. Met the guys, saw the office, saw the pictures, saw the blueprints, and this, of course, I understand it all now. But how about a house? I understand you have a house right up the street from here that we can actually go take a look at.
Yes, we do. We built some years ago, and we'd love to show it to you.
All right, let's hit the road.
Okay, let's go.